What's up, everybody? This is Chris with the Oak and Onion Board Game Podcast, and I'm here with Cassie, who is the designer of a game called Jibber Jabble that last year kind of made waves at TokenCon in 2025, and you guys
Bit.
sold quite a few copies.
Yes, yeah. This is the first game I've ever designed, and TokenCon was the first convention that I ever went to of any type of convention. Like I'd not been to a board game convention or any type of convention before, so kind of jumped right in and was just like, I'll just start selling this game I made and see what happens. And yeah, it definitely went very well, I would say.
Nice. So tell us a little bit about your gaming journey personally. Like, when did you come into the hobby? Did you grow up playing games? What were kind of your first games that hit for you?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, definitely grew up in a game playing family. A lot of card games, simple things like that. And playing things like Catan or the Game of Life. I mean, nothing too crazy.
Sure.
I had not really set out to be a game designer by any means.
Gotcha.
I wasn't even really aware of the board game hobby in general, but 5, 6 years ago, 2020, so it would have been during COVID,
Sure.
was on a family vacation and a cabin in the woods and just kind of had this idea for a game. And I was like, hey, let's try this out. It was a game that we thought we could maybe play with like words from Just One or something like that. So we thought, let's just, try out a few different variations of it. It was really fun. And over the next 5 years, I would just get little bursts of motivation to, well, I should actually turn this into a card game and like print a couple copies just for fun. And
Sure.
played it with enough friends and family then that I was like, okay, I think I have enough people that if I printed like 100 copies, I could probably sell them as like Christmas gifts or things like that. So did that, a couple years after coming up with the idea. And then it wasn't until 2024 in the fall that I was like, okay, I actually want to see if I could market this and sell it. And so I posted about it for the first time on Facebook in the
Okay.
fall of 2024.
Gotcha.
Quickly sold out of the couple hundred that I had. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to actually like take this to conventions. I'm going to see if I could reach a wider audience, that sort of thing. So I found TokenCon. It was a local one for me. I live here in Oklahoma.
Okay.
I applied to be a vendor here to have a booth. Had no idea what I was doing, and just brought, I think it was like 100 copies of the game, something like that.
That was 2025?
That was
right?
2025,
Okay.
yeah, so a year ago. And I was just, smiling at people as they came by my booth, hoping they would be like, oh, what do you have here? And just doing what I could to sell them. Yeah, but definitely, I don't think that I went through the traditional path of like prototyping and playtesting and things like that. I kind of describe it as something that just happened to me, sort
Sure.
of. Like I just kind of kept going with it and let the dominoes fall. And anyway, so that takes us to last year at TokenCon and
Okay.
all that.
And I know one of our kids, I was telling you before, found it and wanted to get some people to play it and set it up on the table. And I think ended up with, I don't know, there were 9 or 10 people playing
Sure,
at
yeah.
least, and they had an absolute blast.
Good.
And I know several people from that went and bought a copy from you. And
Yeah.
so everybody that I heard loved it last year. And so take us forward from that point. You've kind of had a really exciting year with the game, from what I understand, right?
Yes. Yeah. So basically, 2 weeks after I went to TokenCon, I went to a festival, the Great Plains Game Festival in Lincoln, Nebraska. And it was there that there was 2 reps from the publishing company Allplay that came by my booth. And I had no clue what Allplay, I didn't know who anyone was in the board game space. So they came by with their Allplay shirts and I was like, oh, what's Allplay? And they're like, we're a pretty big board game publisher. And I was like, oh, great. That's really cool. I had just started thinking maybe I should look into actually pitching to publishers rather than try to just do this myself.
Right.
So I felt like I blew it. I thought, okay, well, that was probably the best chance I was going to get. And I didn't even know who they were. I did research that night, came back the next day and was like, I hope they come by again. Well, they did. They came by my booth later, either that next day or the day after, and was like, hey, we can't make any promises. We don't make the big decisions, but we really like this game and we think it's good. Would you be interested in reaching a wider audience? And I said, yes, please. Like, I really thought I screwed this up. So basically within the next couple weeks, I got in touch with their COO, Joe Wiggins, and he was like, yeah, we'd love to maybe look into making this an all-play game. And I think within a month after like first coming to TokenCon even, I had a contract signed with Allplay for them to license my game. So Over the last year, they've had a full development team working on it. They've been coming up with like a more well-defined word list. This is a word game. I don't think we even said what the game is.
We didn't. We'll get there.
We get there, yeah. But just, fine-tuning it and everything, and they allowed me to be a part of that feedback process. They got better art. This is like what I was able to do using Canva and like Paint and stuff like.
Sure.
Like I'm not an illustrator or anything. And then this is definitely the new and improved version with art by Saibepu, and it looks great.
And their stuff's great. Sai,
it's amazing.
We played Vivo yesterday.
Yeah,
we played Soda
so
Jerk
cute.
recently. Both of
Love
those
Soda
games,
Jerk.
just adorable artwork. So
Yeah, for sure. So then, I mean, we've been working on it over the last year. And then just at the beginning of this month, they sent it to print, and ordering way more copies than I would have ever been able to order
That's
on
awesome.
my own, like in the tens of thousands, which is crazy. So right now, the plan is for it to get relaunched at GenCon this year, and they have a ton of really fun media things planned out, like handing out thousands of promo packs to people standing in line waiting for their badges and that sort of thing. And then later on, we're getting like other language partners and stuff. Like we've picked up, I think, at least the French version, like producers or publishers for that. So I'm going to be going to like Eschenspiel later this year too. So
Awesome.
Just crazy. Definitely never anything that I would have expected, especially considering a year ago was the first convention that I ever went to. So it's fast track, but really, really cool.
That's awesome. What does that feel like? I mean,
Crazy. It's hard because like you want to not let anything go to your head too much.
Sure.
Because you don't really know. You don't know if it's actually going to be success. There was a stretch where I was kind of in a very like not healthy way, just constantly checking BGG to see like, has anyone else played it? Like, has anyone else rated the game?
Sure.
And I remember like the first time that I saw that someone had rated it low, I was like, I can't keep looking at this. Like, this is not good for my self-esteem. Like, what's the point? I don't need to be paying so much attention to what people think. But it is fun. It's been fun to see. There's been a lot of like review videos that have popped up over the last year from people that I haven't met. It's just people who've come across the game, and that's just weird but fun. It's very, very fun to see that happen, and exciting to have people that know what they are doing in the publishing world, taking it as far as it can go. Like that's really fun for a silly little idea I got on a family vacation like 6 years ago. So it's great.
So let's back up a second.
Yeah.
Explain the game to us. You said it's a word game.
Yeah.
It plays, what does it say, 3+?
Yes.
So
yeah, I've played with as many as 30 people before, which is probably crazy. I don't know that you'd want to do that, but it's fun. Yeah, you can play with 3+ people. It is a guess the secret word game, so kind of in the same vein as Just One or Catchphrase, Heads Up, that sort of thing.
Gotcha.
One person does not know the secret word every round, everyone else does, and they're trying to get them to guess that secret word. The way they do that is by collectively coming up with 3 clue words that are somehow related to the secret word. The catch being that they can't communicate as to what those clue words will be, and they have to spell them out one letter at a time without any table talk. So my classic example that I use is, let's say the secret word is cat. The first person thinks, oh, like meow, that's a fantastic clue for cat. So they say the letter M. Then the next person has to add on to that word, and they might be thinking, I guess cats chase mice, so maybe that's what they were going with. So they give an I, which makes the first player pretty mad, but you kind of got to go with it. Next player is thinking like, oh, I guess cats drink milk. Maybe that's what they're going with. So anyway, the clue words are kind of constantly changing. Sometimes you spell words that aren't actually words. It's just a bunch of letters that you're hoping they'll be able to interpret. And other times, you know exactly what everyone else is thinking, and you just smoothly spell out a word really fast. And the person guessing is like, I'm going to have you repeat that because that was way too quick. So it's a good mix of like feeling very confused and frustrated in a very funny way, and also feeling like, wow, we are on the same page. Like, this is great. So then the person guessing, they get their 3 clue words and then they guess what the secret word is. You pass that roll on to the next person. You can kind of just play as long as you want. It's a very simple party game. You can technically keep track of points, but most people are going to house rule it. So it just depends on what you want to do.
Yeah, just be silly and have fun. That's
be
the whole point,
silly and
right?
have fun. Yes, absolutely. It's there for laughs.
Well, Cassie, that's super awesome. So I remember hearing the news about Allplay picking it up, and
Thanks.
after meeting you guys last year, I was super excited for you. And so you said GenCon. So
Yes.
this summer, GenCon, it'll be
Yep.
releasing and then available retail after that, I'm sure.
Yes, yeah, for
So-
sure on the Allplay website, and then we'll see if we're able to get into some of the like big box stores and stuff. That'd be pretty cool.
It'd be awesome. Well, congrats.
Thank you.
And thanks for sitting down and talking with us. And
Absolutely.
hope you enjoy the rest of the con and have fun this summer.
Thank you. It's gonna be a whirlwind, I'm sure.
Yeah, so great. Well, good luck to you.
Thank you.
And we can't wait to see what happens.
Sounds good. Me too.